Hello, Tim's Tips here. I'm going to talk to you about microinverters and how I utilize them in the van build to make very efficient operation when not a lot of power is needed. And it's a pure sine wave inverter. There's two of them at very low cost. So my strategy on this was to buy these from Mars Rock. I had already bought two 6 kilowatt inverters, and I figured I'd try it. And when I bought it, it's $41 listed on the site right now, so it's not much of a loss if it didn't work. I thought, how could these things produce 150 watts pure sine wave? They fit in almost the palm of your hand, and they can run small appliances like a fan, laptop. They're low loss. I measured the loss, just sitting there is 7 watts, which is very low for an inverter. Run off the Tesla battery. Cheap. I was just keep it simple, no maintenance, and I didn't expect it to run the refrigerator, although I might consider that in future van builds. So I looked at the build resources again. I didn't want to go single source, but this Mars Rock out of China on AliExpress had the best price. They had called me once. They had pretty good customer service, texted me and actually called me on the phone from China one time to ask a question of what I wanted. I figured I'd test it, see if I can get it to fail. I have thought that these had failed, but they have never failed me in the 2 years that I've had them. I have a total of 5 inverters from this Mars Rock. They're not built the best, but they do a good job. Here's a little bit more detail on the thing I bought. I bought 2 of these, and the chipping's not much on them. They're very light and inexpensive, and I was pleasantly surprised. The company seems to be expanding, and they seem to offer a lot of different projects, thinking outside the box. That's why I bought it, because they handled a Tesla Model 3 battery. This person called me, Winnie Chen, actually is the one that called me from China, so I was very happy. So here's the activation of the inverter. Very simple. I can just turn it on directly without any battery management. And it runs the fan. It runs the fan inside the rig as my ventilation system, as a previous video showed. It's pulling in air from the rear of the vehicle and pushing it to the front through the vents here in the window. This next series of photos is the inverter that I got. It's partially used, so you see some dust, but here's the output. Very simple, just one outlet, USB as well, and a power switch. I have had these fault from overloading them, so the fault circuit does work. This is the fan deletion mod. I felt was necessary. After a while, it would run this little fan really loud and hard, so I opened up the back to allow for airflow. I mount it vertically so that I get convection and just let the air, the heat flow out of it. So far it's been successful. I haven't had any problems with heat since I did this. Here's the back of it. It has various voltages that you can buy for your rig. And the other one is here. You can see the lines that go into them, very lightweight lines. 18 gauge wires, enough to power a 150 watt appliance or chargers. The outlet on the left there is the full pure sine wave inverter, 6 kilowatt, available in the rig, but that takes a lot of power, about 70 watts. And the microinverter only takes about 7 watts of overhead. Here's a shot of the BMS monitor showing that the fan uses about 55 watts of power plus 7 for the inverter. And the state of charge just gradually decreases overnight. I can cool the rig off with this little inverter, no problem. And for those of you who are the hardcore Tim's Tips, here's a schematic diagram. The blue box is the Tesla Model 3 battery, and I'm going to show you how it connects into, electrically into one of these little microinverters. It goes down through the main bus, and it's just connected with some 18 gauge wires through a circuit breaker, and then I get the 115 volts and a USB charger circuit out of it as well. And by the way, here's how I maintain my main inverter area. I can tip the couch up and easily maintain all the electronics in here. It's wide open, both for cooling and for maintenance. Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean?